Welcome back to another JP Party Rentals training video. Today we'll be talking about the setup for our silent disco rental. First, we'll take a look at what's inside of your accessories tote. These first items are optional for your setup and not required at all. These colored ones are used for your DJ stations. There's also a black one that you can put on top of the table that you use for your optional identification check-in. Also, there are 3 different transmitter boxes. The last items you'll find within this tote are extra headphones. If you choose to use the identification system for checking in and checking out the headphones, what you would do is find the number on the headphones, this one being 125, flip to that in the book, and then take the person's ID who is checking in and slide it into the slot which correlates with the number on the headset. When they're done with gameplay, they come back, you give them the ID, and you accept the headphones and put them back in the proper slot. And that's how you use the identification system check-in, check-out system. Now let's take a look at our transmitters. The transmitters come with different connections: auxiliary to Lightning, auxiliary to USB-C, and just auxiliary. On the transmitters, these will plug into the back, right here. You plug them in and then connect whatever device you're using to play your music. The 2 connections here can be found here. You also have your power cord which plugs in the back as well. You plug it in and then find any standard outlet source to get it going. Once you see that light on, it's good to go. You want to have it turned to the highest setting all the way over. From there, you're good to get your headsets set up and connected to the transmitter. Now that you know how to hand out the headphones and set up the transmitters, we'll show you what our 3 different DJ system looks like. We'll have 3 different tables set up with different colored tablecloths to represent the different genres or DJs that you use. Here's what they look like: 1 red, 1 blue, and 1 green. Now you can see what the 3 station setup looks like. There's a different transmitter on each table which has a different channel or genre that you can listen to based on the color you switch your headphones to. Here at the front table, you'll find where all the headsets are laid out. On the headsets, there are 2 different switches on this side that you need to worry about. The bottom one is the on and off switch. Make sure they're all turned on before people come over to accept them. On this side, you'll find the stations: green, red, and blue. On the headphones, you'll find 2 different yellow switches. The one on the bottom is your on and off switch. The one on the side changes your station. We have blue, red, and green. Just to show you how the transmitters work themselves, you want to make sure that they're all on 3 different channels based on the color of the tablecloth. This one's on 1. You can switch it using this button right here that says channel. Once it's plugged in, you can play the music and it's good to go. Based on your venue and event and the amount of volunteers you have, you might not always have enough to do the 3 table setup. You can also have the option of putting your transmitters all in one spot with 3 autonomous playlists and just playing music like that without having somebody actually DJ that specific transmitter. You don't have to have the 3 different stations, but it is helpful in people identifying where their music is coming from, who's playing it, stuff like that. And it looks aesthetically pleasing. But you can do it however you want. There's lots of options. You can have the transmitters all on this table, on the 3 different tables, under the table in a different part of the room. Doesn't matter where you have them. You don't have to have somebody DJing, but like I said, it is helpful for people just to identify where the music's coming from, who's playing it, those kinds of things. But we suggest the 3 table option just because it looks cool. Doesn't matter really how you do it in the end. When you're done with your event, make sure that all the headsets are turned off just to keep the longevity of the batteries. Fold them back up and put them in rows of 3 like so. Keep repeating this process and stacking them on the foam pieces to make sure they're not damaged during transportation, and then you're good to go. After tearing down your event, you want to make sure that all your cables and adapters are back and tidy inside the box to avoid any damage. Zip those transmitters back up and put them back in a neat and orderly way inside the accessories box. Once you unload at the warehouse, make sure that you get all of the headsets out individually and plug them in. That way, they're all set to go for the next event. It'll turn red once it's charging, And when it turns green, that means it's fully charged and can be taken off the charger and a new box can be put on. After they're all fully charged, we'll have these signs that you can put on the box so they're ready to go for the next event. Congrats! You have now successfully set up and torn down the Silent Disco setup.